There are some people we know in our lives that are just fantastic helpers. And I think what makes them amazing helpers is their ability to see beyond the immediate need and to see the bigger picture of what a person needs. I'm Aaron Miller. I'm a teaching professor in the Romney Institute of Public Service and Ethics and here in the Ballard Center. And I've been teaching here at BYU for a little over a dozen years. So the class I'm teaching is about improving helping behavior. I actually was inspired in part by Todd. Years ago when I was a student employee in the Ballard Center, Todd told me a story about a nephew and his wife who were newly married. They were struggling financially and came to us to borrow money. And Todd was like, "No, I won't lend you money, but here's what I will do for you." And he basically coached his nephew. And that made a much bigger, more long-lasting impact. The informal helping that we do day to day is an area of impact that is really overlooked. We spend a lot of time in the Ballard Center and in social impact generally looking at the big systemic institutional ways that we can make a difference in the world. But one of the other ways that we make a really potent difference is with the people around us, the people who are in our circle of influence where we can do an act of kindness to make a difference in their life. And helping behavior in the research is the kind of informal helping that we do all the time with family members, other loved ones, neighbors, even strangers. It's the kind of thing you do when you give a ride to one of your roommates to campus, or you give advice to a friend who's struggling, or you help somebody move, or any of these kinds of things. And it turns out there are ways you can be better at that. And so that's what the class is about, is how to improve these informal ways that we help each other. There's really cool research that shows that you can actually engage in certain practices and behaviors that will help you love other people more than you already do. And if you look at the best helpers, and this is across all different domains, like for example in medicine, you can train medical professionals on how to show more compassion for the people they treat. And all of that training in compassion basically turns into medicine for their patients. And people become healthier simply because doctors and nurses are better trained at showing compassion to others. I think helping behavior is something I've always been interested in, and it's been over the last 5 or 6 years as I've been digging into the research on this more, I've come to better understand what makes this so compelling and interesting, and how it is that we can translate the research into more practical day-to-day benefits and improvements in our helping. So students will be doing projects to help them meaningfully improve their own helping behavior. So it'll be a very introspective, reflective set of assignments. And then we're going to go through a set of principles that all helpers know, practices that all good helpers engage in, and then we're going to talk at the end about 2 dangers that helpers have to be aware of. I hope students feel empowered to be better helpers in all aspects of their life. BYU students in particular are constantly finding themselves in situations where they have a chance to volunteer or support, whether it's through their church service, their community engagement, or just among their friends and classmates. So my hope is that when students take this class, they'll see ways that they can become better helpers in all aspects of their life.